Okay, so we've created our Gmail account, and now we're going to go ahead and set this up. Now you can set this up any way you want, but for me personally, I don't like seeing things like social and promotions. I just want my straight up inbox. I don't want any automatic sorting, for promotions. Like, this has got ads and stuff in it. I don't want ads and stuff in my email, because if I accidentally click on this, it takes me to an ad. I don't want that. And your primary, typically you don't get ad emails, right? So I want to remove these from view, and I can show you how to create some labels and adjust the settings, because when you look at this, it is a little bit tricky. Now, if you were to go over here to your settings option, all right here, this little gear, it shows you the different types of settings. Now, you can change your density, which is how spaced out these are. So if I change this, you may not see any differences because there's, oh, there you go. You can see compact, see how tight these got versus default. It's a little bit more spacing. Then there's comfortable, which doesn't really do much except for when you have multiple emails, and I don't have that yet. So play around with those, get some emails, see what you like best. As for now, I'm going to leave it at default. You can change the theme, which changes your background. All right, so we can go ahead and view all, and let's say we want a graphic. Let's just do a graphic. We'll do some jellyfish. And so what that does is it changes your theme and your look. You can do solid colors, you can tweak it yourself, you can add little animations, whatnot. So we'll go ahead and go back to, I don't know, let's do something a little more, let's do some clouds. There we go, we can do some clouds. We'll save that. We can go back to settings. All right, so we can change our inbox types, how it sets up your inbox. So it'll show all of your important emails that it determines are important, or starred emails, which you mark, things of that nature. I don't have the time to go through and show you everything because, again, I don't have enough email in here yet to actually show you what the differences are. So once you get some emails in your Gmail account, go back through these and play around with them and find out what you like. Just remember to always go back to default if you don't like something, because once you find something and you start tweaking things, you may say, oh, I really don't like this, and it'll be hard to untweak them. So always go back to default if you're not sure about one of these. So if we click up here and see all settings, this is where the meat and potatoes are. This is where you're going to set up the behind the scenes of how your Gmail account works. For all my Gmails, I log in. I don't use a downloading program like Thunderbird or Mail or anything like that. I like to have everything on the cloud because you can lose something on the cloud by downloading it to your local desktop, and if your local desktop goes kaput, you're in real trouble. So I like just logging into my browser and getting my email that way. So I probably won't show you how to do that, at least not in this tutorial, because that's a lot more involved. So if you're looking at this tutorial, you probably don't need to know how to do that yet. All right, so your general settings, pretty obvious. It's just your basic settings. None of this do I change, because it's got your autocorrect, your smart compose, things like that. I will go ahead and turn off these nudges because I don't want Gmail telling me I haven't replied to an email or haven't followed up on an email. So I will, uncheck those. I don't want any desktop notifications popping up in my browser or anything like that. You can change your picture. You can change all kinds of things. You can add a signature. I don't, because again, there's no need for me to have a signature. And a vacation responder. So if you're out of town, you can set this up. I don't need that at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and go back up. I've only done the nudges. I turned those off. All right. I'm going to go up here to labels. And what labels is this menu right here. All right. So you can show or hide certain labels. I don't snooze any emails, so I'm going to go ahead and hide that, and see what happens is it took it off here. If I hit show, it shows it up there. So I'm going to hide that. I'm going to hide starred because I don't need to know what I've starred. So it's hidden. All right. And it shows up here because if I do less, this is your main visible panel right here. But if you hit more, it shows everything anyway. All right. So trash, I'm going to show my trash. I'm going to show my spam. That way I can keep an eye on accidental spam filters or clear my spam. Now, your categories, all right, are listed here. Everything is hidden for the time being. All right, so that's good. That's good for me. I'll show you how to create your own labels in a minute. I don't use this to create labels. I use this over here. All right, so we're going to go to the inbox settings now. Inbox is where you can remove your promotions tab and your socials tab. All right. Perfect. Now, as you can see here, you can filter emails and all that good stuff. I leave it alone. Accounts and imports, you can change your password, your recovery options, all that good stuff. I don't have any reason to tweak any of this stuff or join email accounts. I don't want to be checking my mail from my personal account on my YouTube channel email. All right. So we can also go to filters and add filters here. I don't do any of that because I want all of my mail. I don't want to add any filters. This goes to forwarding email to those third-party applications like Mail or Thunderbird. I don't do that. I leave it all on here. You can add add-ons. It's like almost like an extension for your Gmail. I don't do any of that. Chat and Meet. I have chat off because I don't want to be chatting with people. I have Google Meets off. Advanced. You can do templates for emails to save you time, blah, blah, blah. All that's here. Too involved for this one. Offline mode. I have this disabled because I don't want anything. I don't want to be in here and trying to write an email and all of a sudden it's not being sent because it's in offline mode. And themes. You can set themes, which is kind of like what we did here. And I'm not going to worry about that. So once I go back over here to general, make sure everything's all nice and tidy, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go ahead and hit save changes. All right. So now if you notice from before, the tabs are gone. And now I have just a straight inbox for email. Sound good? So what I can do is I can hit here, delete this first, the next steps. And this is exactly what I told you. It just takes you back into the settings options and all that kind of stuff. So I can go ahead and hit delete. And we've got ourselves a fresh Gmail account. All right. Now, over here with labels. I don't ever worry about categories, but I will make some labels every once in a while. So if I want to make a label, let's say, I don't know, YouTube requests. So if you guys want me to do a video, I'll probably respond to it, create the video, and then dump it over here into my YouTube requests. So I'll go ahead and create that. All right. And there's my label for YouTube requests. So if I get an email, here, let's go ahead and send ourselves an email. nanotuts@gmail.com. Test email, test. Send. There we go. All right, so let's say, oh, hey, that's a great YouTube request. I can come up here and move it to my YouTube requests. So now it's out of my inbox, but if I go down here, there it is. Perfect. It's like having desktop folders in your Gmail, which is perfect for me because I like having things organized. So you can go ahead and create whatever labels you need and be on with your business. All right, pretty simple. Well, that's how you create a basic Gmail. This is a very basic tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little something. And as always, on to the next.